I recognize that a lot of you hate when I include running in the vlog, and you feel that it's completely irrelevant to the subject matter that I generally talk about. Mais, dans cross, ça peut être la différence.
Hey! There is a painful difference between the way my bikes perform now versus when I used to work at a bike shop 6 days a week. Nationals was 2 weeks ago, and this thing still doesn't have a shift cable on it. 7 or 8 months ago, that would never have been the case. It's funny, I actually started working on this about a week and a half ago to get ready for last week's cross race. And once I got deep enough into it, I kind of had this realization that, hey, I don't have all these parts just kind of readily available for me to do this right now. And next thing you know, I put off actually going to a bike shop until today when there's another race. It's funny how true that metaphor of the grass is greener on the other side actually is. Back when I was working 6 days at the shop, every single one of these bikes would have been in absolute tip-top shape, absolutely dialed. Now, the rear wheel and some other stuff's all messed up on the Tri-Cross. I still haven't finished the cheap gravel bike Norco hybrid conversion thing. My cross bike sat here for 2 weeks without a shift cable. Well, there's nothing wrong with the Schwinn, but there will be. And my road race bike, well, it sounds like there's a herd of angry bees in the rear hub. Not really a big deal. I've been wanting to put flat bars on this bike forever, along with a new rear tire, but I just haven't done it. But on the flip side of that, not working at a bike shop and working in an engineering style office again has afforded me the ability to actually go and explore the country and explore different places with all these bikes. And be able to take that time off. Like 2 weeks ago when I was actually able to afford and get the time off to go to Canadian Nationals and come back and not be like scrounging for money. I could pay for this house and, you know, be able to vlog out of this shed. You know, there's a lot of give and take. It's possible that the situation I'm in now is a little bit more take. Anyway, all of this kind of got me thinking about that topic that I've brought up before of just trying to thin out the herd a little bit. Try and get rid of some of these bikes that I'm just not spending any time with, and really put the thought into something that's going to be more of a bang for my buck instead of trying to spread it out across 12 different bikes. And I've owned this Crux for a really, really long time. I think I'm on like 4 or 5 years that I've owned it and raced it every season. And I've liked it enough that I never really put a lot of thought into trying to get something else. Especially because I don't actually really love the way it looks. I love the way it rides, but I do not love the look of these bikes. I think that the top tube curve is kind of dorky. I don't really love how long the fork is. It's just something that's always been in the back of my mind. So when it came to the end of cross season, it tended to get tucked away into a corner and I wouldn't look at it again until about September. But for the 2018 models, Specialized redesigned the Crux and it's very much piqued my interest. In fact, at today's cross race, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to give one a try.
Yeah, this... Hey, Jess. Yeah, that's happening. Couple lap attempts in now. The ground is soggy here, it always is. And it always makes you feel so much slower than the effort that you're actually putting out. What size is that, Alan?
What's that?
What size is it?
4.
Oh, sick. Trade you for the last half of the lap. My brakes are backwards. Okay. But they don't work that well anyway, so it'll never be a problem. It's pretty, yeah, we're pretty similar.
Is this 56?
No, it's 54.
54, yeah.
Wow, this does feel better. Even after maybe 45 seconds on this, I know it's the right bike. How does your collarbone feel today?
It feels like this.
Look good.
All the way up there.
This one. So Alan, the owner of Sweet Ride Cycling, being the nice guy that he is, let me beat him today. And now he's letting me, after the race, try out his specialized Crux Expert again. You see what I mean? How much better looking of a bike this is than mine? Doesn't have that annoying top tube swoop. Just this entire area here I find is just so much better looking than what I've got. Not to mention the fact that it has a hydraulic disc, through axles, and also every single level of the carbon bike is the same type. So from S-Works to like the lowest end Sport uses the same frame set. It's just different groups that are bolted onto it. That, in my opinion, is just smart cost saving and just like an appropriate way to treat your customers. And thankfully for me, Alan and I both ride with like the exact same setup. I can just jump on his bike and just know that this would be the right size for me.
Ultimately, my goal is to have something that I'm gonna want to ride all year round. I've always loved the way this thing rides during cross season, but I've never loved it enough to want to use it during any other time of year. And I've always kind of been afraid to explore any other avenue of cross bike. I've not really ridden any other ones. I've never raced any other ones, that's for sure. So the geometry and the way that bike acts and the way it feels is just kind of what I know, and it's what I'm used to. It's what I expect every fall. So these new 2018, 2019 models that I just rode today, one of those, ideally 2 of those, would be the answer. One of them for all year riding, gravel, road, off-road, whatever, all summer, all fall, all winter, and once race season comes around, it'd be kind of demoted to B-bike, and then another one that just stays in tip-top shape to be the race bike all year. And then that way I don't have to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bikes in here, 6, 7, 8, more than I care to count bike-wise. Because honestly, trying to keep these all dialed is just, ugh. There's gotta be a simpler way. It'll just cost $10,000 to do it.